Bandstanders, believe you me, we're having a real fiesta this evening in Eddie Cochran's suite at the Albany Hotel following the big rock and roll show at the Denver Auditorium and Arena. Eddie's sitting very comfortably in his chair now with a new pipe that... you picked that up here in Denver, didn't you, Eddie?
That's right. I just bought it tonight.
Real cool.
Well, it's a goodie.
You ought to see it. We have a man in Shadman that collects pipes. I'd like to get his opinion of that, but I think it looks real sharp on you.
It looks sophisticated.
Yeah, it's sophisticated. And then, of course, as you heard the little bit of a chat here we've had with Jimmy Bowen, who is... he's been next door picking on a ukulele, I think. No? Oh, downstairs? Oh, sleeping. Well, it's only 2:30 in the morning. Mrs. Chase, you didn't hear that. And right on either side of me now here at the in the room are a couple of members of the Crickets, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then I've got to say something, really something. Go ahead. Here's the first one.
Over here is Buddy Holly.
And over here?
Jerry Allison.
Jerry and Buddy just wrote a letter down to Norm Petty, our friend Norm Petty in Clovis, New Mexico, about 2 days ago, asking if there'd be any chance that the Crickets could do some station breaks for us. I hadn't had a letter back yet, but here we are in Denver, Colorado, with the Crickets, at least a couple of them sitting right at my side. So this is really something we hadn't expected at all. We want to say that your song up there in the big top 40 chart is doing a mighty terrific job. And the expression, "that'll be the day," is practically the word around the Shadman area now. I don't know, but no matter where you go on a telephone conversation, no matter what it is, that'll be the day. And that's kind of a good plug, isn't it, buddy?
It sure is, Free.
Could you tell us how you fellows kind of got together? Who's going to start it here?
Well, it's awful hard to say. Buddy and I have been together for about 5 years, playing around Lubbock there. We went to school together in high school. And the other two boys, I don't know about them, how we got with them, but they just seem to be with us somehow or the other.
They're just kind of along for the ride, huh?
It seems like it.
It makes a mighty good sounding ride altogether. Now the name Crickets, I mean, you don't go creak, creak, creak on your records, at least I never heard it. It's a pretty good sound. Where does this Crickets thing come in?
Well, we were trying to think of some name that hadn't been used before, and so we came up with Crickets, and sure enough, it had been used before.
Well, very, very good. We had one the other day, the Brothers Sisters. That was pretty novel. Of course, they're doing pretty well, too, on a label, but the Crickets, that's very good. How did you happen to tie in with Norm Petty?
Well, we've known Norm for quite some time down there in Clovis, New Mexico, and we used to go over and make a few dubs now and then to, see what we sounded like and everything. So the last time, let's see, it was in January, I believe, wasn't it, Jerry?
Yeah.
We went over there, and we're making a dub to send in to various companies and see if we could possibly do anything in the line of the music business. And Norm asked us if we'd like for him to send it into Brunswick Records there in New York. And so we told him, yeah, go ahead, we can't lose, because we're as far behind as you could get already. So he sent it in, and Bob Thiel, A&R man for Brunswick, okayed it and put it out, and the kids all over the United States did the rest.
Well, that's terrific. Now, you've got a new one out called...
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, I wish we could get that record. You got a copy in your room any place?
No, sir, we don't. Tell you the truth, Norm can't even get one of those himself.
Right?
I just talked to him while ago on the telephone, and
Did
he
you?
said that he was wanting some awful bad, but he couldn't get a hold of it.
Doggone. Well, I just, in this letter, I asked him for it, too, because we're waiting for it. We've got it on our chart as a pick for future popularity, and we know it's going to arrive very soon, and hope that we can get that. Norm's a fine lad. We had the privilege of meeting him about a year ago when we were down in Clovis visiting a relative, and visited the studios there and had a wonderful time, and he did some fine work for us, too, and also an Air Force program that he had done some time ago that we programmed for 13 weeks. Wonderful music, and he's doing real fine on commercial records now, too, isn't he?
Yes, sir, he sure is.
Do they plan to stay in Clovis?
Yes, sir,
Carolina?
he's got quite a setup there, and I imagine it'd be quite a bit of trouble to move it.
Do they still have a little puppy that I saw down there?
Yeah,
It seems to be the pride of the family.
His name is Speedy, and a little Mexican Chihuahua.
That's
and,
right.
He's really something.
You be going down that way after the tour again?
Yes, sir. As you probably know, Lubbock and Clovis are about 100 miles apart.
Right.
And when we're at home, we spend most of our waking hours, you might say, over in Clovis. And we'll be going home around the 2nd of December.
Right after.
That'll be after we do Sullivan's show. on the 1st.
You're all set for, well, wonderful. That's great.
I thought I might stick that plug in there.
Why, sure.
About the
Sure.
mechanical monster.
This is really trite, but I'm going to say great having you fellows here, and we do look forward to having more of your discs. Do you have something planned after? Oh Boy, of course, is on the way up now, but have you got something in mind to be putting on disc very, very soon, or in the near future, we'll say?
No, for the Crickets, we don't have anything. I don't know if Buddy's modest or anything, but he's got 2 records out of his own now. Peggy Sue and Every Day, that are doing a little bit of good, I think. I hope they are.
Oh, great. Was that Peggy Sue on Brunswick? Coral.
Yes, sir.
Good. We'll check on that as soon as we get back. Right. Bandstanders, you're having a wonderful treat this afternoon, hearing all of your great top 40 stars and bandstand stars, as we promised you, and even more in the bargain, and feel that it is a great privilege to bring them out your way. I wanted to say to you fellows that we certainly enjoyed your stint here in Denver this evening, and tell you that you did a grand job on that on those songs.
Well, Free, we're certainly tickled to be here in Denver. It's the first time we've played here, and we've been looking forward to it for quite some time now, ever since the tour started and we knew we was going to be here. And we'd like to also mention that we would like to thank you for plugging our records, and we'd like to thank everyone around here for listening to them and buying them.
Good. And we do thank you for that. Now, is there any chance of anything in the way of pictures, or are you going to stick strictly to records? I mean, anything in the offing would be not letting the cat out of the bag?
Well, I might stick a little bit of a plug in here for Eddie Cochran sitting over there, so contented like.
With that pipe?
He's starring in a picture that'll be out pretty soon. I don't know exactly when it will be out, but he said that he could arrange it for the Crickets to appear in that picture, singing a song or something.
Great.
And so we've been buddying up to him, getting him as good as we can.
Well, that'll be the day, won't it?
Yeah.
Oh, well. We're so enthused about being able to talk to you and bring these interviews to our bandstanders this Monday afternoon. As we mentioned, it's a weird hour. But maybe not for you guys, it is for us.
Considering we have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to be on a plane, it is.
We have to be up.
Yeah. Well, this is a great country around here, and we want to invite all of you fellows. We've been trying to get Eddie over here to Chadron, Nebraska for I don't know how long now, twisting his arm pretty bad. If you notice, it's misshapen. It's not from holding that guitar or anything like that. We've been twisting it, and we'd like to have you fellows, if you ever get a chance, come out and visit us. And we've already got him set to run a combine during wheat harvest season, and so we can probably we can always use some announcers or anybody you know, anything around the station if you guys would come drop in.
Do you pay all the records you can eat?
You got me stopped. We got records. Oh man, we got records. Well, again, fellows, Crickets, and we've got some more over here, haven't we? Or have we? No. Well, that's your what? Oh, your bass player. Well, can't we talk to him? Well, let's just bring him over here. This is fabulous. It's really wonderful. The name again. Sit right down. This is. We're going to have to start paying rent on the edge of your bed here, boy. Sure, bandstanders. Here he is, and the name again.
Guy Bull.
Say that again.
Guy Bull.
Okay, Guy Bull. Smith?
Guy Bull.
Yeah.
Smith. We've got that. Right. And what are you to this lad over here by the name of Cochran?
He's a bass player.
You're his bass player. You're the fellow standing kind of off the side there tonight. Oh, wonderful. Couldn't get along without you, could he?
He peddles tomatoes on the side, too.
Oh. Was he the fellow I saw down here in Larimer or someplace tonight before the show on those tomatoes?
Yeah, he peddles tomatoes before the show and tells them to throw them at me.
Say that again.
I say he peddles tomatoes before the show and tells them to throw it at me.
Now, what's the object of that?
I don't know. I think he wants to get fired.
Well, if he drops off here in Denver, why, we'll bring him up to Chadron.
I would fire him, but I'm getting a cut on the
Folks, we've got a great crew here this evening. We've got... Wow. Well, again... Dry humor. This portion of the bandstand is brought to you by everyone, folks. And if you haven't heard some of the songs, you've heard some of the best in entertainment. You'll never hear anything like it with Eddie Cochran and the Crickets. creaking along here. That slays me. Guybo Smith, I've got it right, have I? Okay. And a wicked-looking pipe that's it's been transferred from... or is that somebody else's pipe? No, that's it. You're renting it out, I suppose. You get a cut on that rental?
I get cut on the back.
Wow. Jimmy's relaxing on the other... Well, guys, it really has been wonderful, and we appreciate your dropping in this afternoon at the bandstand and letting some of our folks here very informal little chat with you. So, on with the music, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to music right now by Eddie Cochran, by the Crickets, by Jimmy Bowen. Is Guybo Smith back in one of those records to play?
He plays behind all my records.
How far behind?
Just far enough back where you can just barely hear him.
Kind of picks up from the other side.
Yeah, way back in the background.
Okay, well then we got the whole crew here. So bandstanders, that's it, and let's go on with the show.